Earlier this week, the Secretary General convened a summit on climate change. We welcome the commitments expressed by major economies during this summit, in particular in setting clear goals and targets for their action. I am also pleased to see the G20 pledging themselves to spare no efforts to achieve a successful outcome at Copenhagen. On our part, my government has vigorously pursued environmentally friendly growth. This is why we have announced alternative energy as our national agenda and invested significantly to boost development in this field, including energy crops. Moreover, one of Thailand's hallmarks is its strong biodiversity, from which Thailand and her local communities have drawn benefits through innovative economic activities and products. While we seek to benefit fully from our rich biodiversity and natural resources, we also aim to ensure that they are sustainable, regenerated, and replenished. Mr. President, it is not enough to ensure that the economic needs of the people are met. Their political needs are just as important. And there is no better political system than democracy to ensure the people's freedoms and rights. It is my government's clear policy to sow the seeds for sustainable democracy through strengthening our democratic institutions, engaging civil society, ensuring human rights, and promoting good governance as well as the rule of law. Democracy is not just about the majority rule, but also about the respect for minority rights. At the regional level, under Thailand's chairmanship, ASEAN has made great strides towards making people the center of the organization's development, as enshrined in the ASEAN Charter. Human rights issue is now at the forefront of ASEAN's agenda. Collectively, we have played an active role to create the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights, which comes into action this October. We are committed to doing our utmost to ensure that this body fully lives up to expectations. Promotion of gender equality and the empowerment of women are also important to Thailand. Besides our national effort on this matter, I am pleased to add that ASEAN is also in the process of establishing an ASEAN Commission on the promotion and protection of the rights of women and children. This mechanism would play an important part in enhancing and strengthening the ASEAN human rights framework as a whole. At the international level, Thailand is party to core international human rights conventions, and we are strongly committed to the principles enshrined in the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Thailand's candidature for a seat on the UN Human Rights Council for the term 2010 to 2013 is another testament to our commitment to enhance human rights internationally. Thailand has consistently rendered humanitarian assistance to those in plight wherever they may be. We have steadfastly contributed to the World Food Programme. We have offered our helping hand to those in need. Our humanitarian commitment was clearly evident during the cyclone Nargis that befell Myanmar, as Thailand became the logistics hub for the massive international relief effort for that country. Mr. President, sustainable economic, political, and social developments are not mere goals in themselves. They ultimately ensure a long-lasting peace and security. That is why ASEAN is moving towards becoming not only a political security community, but also an economic and socio-cultural one by 2015. These three pillars reinforce each other. Within this political security community, Thailand and her fellow ASEAN members are ready to enhance cooperation from dispute settlement to conflict resolution, from peacekeeping to post-conflict peace building, especially in cooperation on training for emergency preparedness and humanitarian assistance. We hope that our regional efforts would help contribute not only to peace and security regionally, but also internationally. Thailand herself has played a significant role in peacekeeping operations worldwide. In the past 2 decades, Thailand has provided nearly 20,000 military troops, police officers, and civilian staff in support of UN peacekeeping missions in all continents around the globe, for instance in Cambodia, Timor-Leste, Burundi, and soon in Darfur. We will continue to do so where our contributions can strengthen the overall capacity of the UN. As a member of the UN Peacebuilding Commission, Thailand also strongly believes in building the right socio-economic and political conditions for sustainable peace in countries emerging from conflict and internal strife. we could play a greater role in ensuring international peace and security. That is why Thailand has presented its candidature for a non-permanent seat of the UN Security Council from 2017 to 2018. As a medium-sized developing country, we can represent the interests and concerns of developing countries not only in Asia, but worldwide. Mr. President, over the past 4 days, we have heard statements one after another which seem to point towards one conclusion. That is, we are living in a challenging period. And perhaps it is the period that multilateralism is once again put to the test. But we also have before us a historic opportunity to act together, to right our past wrongs, and to make the right decision for the future. How we act today is purely our choice, a choice that will be judged by our children tomorrow and our grandchildren in years to come. Our forefathers chose to establish the United Nations over 6 decades ago. We must now make sure that the United Nations, a symbol of true multilateralism, continues to be relevant, efficient, and effective in responding to the evolving challenges, as well as ensuring development, freedoms, and human rights, and peace for all. In this regard, we support UN reform that will lead us towards these goals. Let us use our gathering here to remind ourselves of what the United Nations stands for. And let us seize this opportunity together to lay down a stronger foundation for a new era of peace and prosperity for humankind. I thank you again, Mr. President.
Thank you. On behalf of the General Assembly, I wish to thank